Hey everybody, Adam from Atlas Gunworks. We're going to talk about your slide stop in relationship to your mags today, or your followers in particular. So the best way to test is put the slide stop back in the gun, and then if we take a normal mag that you want to lock the slide open, you just hold your slide stop. You'll see this push up, and it'll catch it somehow. Usually it catches it there, but pushes it up, and then that'll lock your slide back on empty rounds. Sometimes when we modify or build a USPSA mag, they'll lock back with one round in them. So we modify the followers. So this guy I've cut back, and if we put it in there, it'll go right by that and never touch it. So a couple things to note if you're going to do that. This is a Graham's follower on an STI tube with a tear and tie base pad. There's a factory with this big hump. This is probably a better comparison like that. And then the cutaway one. And I just use a sanding on a Dremel and cut it back. You cut it back, this one I actually went right to the springs. Everyone's a little different, but I go almost to the spring. Make sure you leave this little lip here, so that it keeps it from floating in the mag body some. Now, if you're going to do this and you want it to not lock back on empty, most of us do that. You're going to do this. You're going to modify these so that the absolute best way is to take one with an unmodified slide stop. And you find the point where you can do it so it doesn't catch on there. What will happen sometimes is you push your mag in, and the gun runs empty, and the slide stop is able to get by the mag catch, but when you go to drop the mag, there's a little nub or whatever that you won't be able to probably see it here, but right here sometimes it'll just barely touch. And so that's because most of the time the slide stops are oversized. So what you do in that case is you take the slide stop here and you just take a little bit off of here. I think you should always modify both. If you take a little bit off the slide stop here, and it's best to do this with a factory mag too, because with the factory mag in there, you'll be able to see where it stops working. And if you want it to lock back with a factory mag, then don't go too far. I've seen guys cut that all the way off, but I don't think you need to do that. But a little bit of insurance for USPSA purposes is if you just cut this back just a little bit, probably a tenth or less. So just, if you were to here and it was nice and flat, and then just round the edges off on that so there's no sharp corners that anything get caught on as it comes by. Remember that your dimensions on your feed lips are going to change a little bit as these mags hit the ground and get a little bent up, and that'll float where this sits. So it could be working fine day one, and then this gets a little twisted and it's over here, and then it gets caught and your mags don't drop free. So that's the best way to tune a system, is to both do the follower and the mag catch. If your gun's locking back with one round, a lot of times you can just tune the slide stop, and that'll eliminate that problem, and then it'll go to lock back empty. Hope that was helpful.